And the guy, and that is the King, arriving here at Fanatics Fest yesterday, and everyone was waiting for the decision, but the 41-year-old was not ready to say where he'll play a 24th season. He did say that he won't hold us up too much longer. That's good news for Commissioner Adam Silver, who's waiting to finalize the NBA schedule. The list of suitors remains relatively long, including two of his former teams. Sources tell ESPN that the Cavaliers and the Heat are among the potential landing spots for LeBron. He's also considering the Sixers and the Warriors, among others. NBA reporter, as promised, Dave McMenamin joining us now. So, Dave, once again, on this stage yesterday, Tyrese Halliburton was talking to LeBron, trying to get some stuff out of him.
That's right.
LeBron wasn't budging. What are you hearing right now about where the decision is in the process and where maybe LeBron is leaning?
Multiple sources familiar with his thinking told me in the last 24 hours that he is truly getting much closer to a decision. Talking to people around the league, Adam Silver, obviously, everyone is just hoping it comes as early as next week, possibly in the early part of next week. And so we're getting closer. And obviously those five teams on the screen that we saw there have all made pitches to Rich Paul, and all of them have players that have made personal appeals to LeBron. I am told, though, and I've not been told that any of those teams are eliminated, but in the conversations that I've had in the last 24 hours in New York City, it seems like an Eastern Conference team will win the LeBron James sweepstakes. It's not saying that he has told Minnesota they're out or told Golden State they're out, but if it's about trying to play competitive basketball and possibly add a fifth championship to avoid basically two NBA Finals type series in the playoffs just to get to the finals in the Spurs and OKC, you can have a better pathway with either Cleveland, Miami, or Philly.
He's dropped some crumbles. We've heard him say the words, trust the process.
Oh, yes,
and then my phone blows up about Sixers fans saying, oh my God, maybe that's happening. But then in the comfort zone of the Cavaliers returning home and also understanding what it's like to play in Miami, it feels like those two teams are the front runners. Timetable here. We joke around the process and the understanding of when the schedule is going to come out. We have to wait for LeBron. Is this something pending over the next couple of days this weekend? Where are you feeling a decision is going to be made?
Honestly, I think it could come as early as late this weekend, early next week.
Yep.
Maybe Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Because he has all the information. He needs to make the final consultation with his family. He has said, obviously, that's a big part of it. But we're not like waiting for one of these contenders to make a last-minute trade or something like that to push him over the edge. He knows every situation, and it'll come down to his gut feel. And honestly, think about it. Both those teams, if we are going to put them the front runners, Miami and Cleveland, he's won championships there.
Yep.
He's familiar with the fans, the people in the organization. And obviously, both teams have really strong rosters. Now, there's more turnover with the Miami roster. But if you were going to look at any of the teams we were talking about, who has the best current player of the realistic option you might team up with, you might say Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, the hay is in the barn, and there's plenty of New York fans in the crowd here. I can tell you this. If the Knicks didn't win the championship, I think the Knicks would have been at the top.
Oh, yes.
The idea of winning in New York, it's been surpassed now. We saw Kat and Jalen Brunson do that, but we have so many fans in here of different sports and different teams at Fanatics Fest. Much more of our coverage continues here live.
I want to say this. Whether it's the best landing spot or not, I can attest to the fact that there are worse places to go than Miami. I just want everybody to know that. For those of you who haven't been fortunate enough to go to Miami, all I'm going to say is como esta, como esta. It is a very, very, very special place for a variety of reasons. And any man, and I do mean any man, that decides that he wants to go to South Beach, I am not going to knock him one bit. A matter of fact, I'm going to applaud it. Let me be very, very clear. Y'all figure out why. Having said all of that, from a basketball standpoint, Giannis, Adebayo, Bobby Portis, your front line is stacked. You don't have guards. Davion Mitchell can ball. Tim Hardaway Jr. is there, but you need a lot more. You need a lot more. But that front line is stacked, and LeBron there with the ball in his hands. From a basketball standpoint, it's the best situation for him. If lifestyle is what's important, that damn sure is a better situation for him. Except compared to Golden State, because there you got the babyface assassin, who's the greatest shooter God has ever created in the Bay Area. And by the way, since you LeBron and you can afford the PJ, you can leave a game or practice and hop on a jet 45 minutes later, you chilling in Brentwood with the family. So you can't underestimate that. If he stays in out west and he decides to play for Golden State, we all know it's family. It's about the family, which he has earned the right to do. If he decides to take his talents to South Beach, we have to confess that it's not a bad move. It is not a bad move, not at all. Cleveland is a different matter. And Cleveland is why I believe their situation puts him, they are ahead of the curve of everybody else. Because if LeBron James goes back to Cleveland, he passes gas, they'll call it perfume. There is nothing that he can do wrong in the city of Cleveland and its surrounding areas in the state of Ohio. He is deified. He is a godlike figure in that area of the country. He can do no wrong. They'll probably erect a statue for him while he's playing. And by the way, he'll deserve it because of what he has done for that city, what he has done for that state, what he has done for that franchise. And because of that is why I believe they have an edge over the Miami Heat. See, if LeBron goes back to Miami, that's for Pat Riley. Pat Riley benefits. Pat Riley's the one that benefits. The legacy of Pat Riley, the winner within, the guy who won as a player, a coach, and an executive that's 81 years of age, and most of us, myself included, thought he was beyond his prime because he couldn't get stars to come and play in Miami, but then managed to go out there and get LeBron. Giannis. For him to pull that off, it's unbelievable. So if he got LeBron too, and Miami is back in the thick of things, and they win a championship, Pat Riley is the one that benefits. LeBron goes to Cleveland, it's his shot. He ain't working for Kenny Atkinson. Kenny Atkinson working for him. He ain't working for Kobe Altman. Kobe Altman is working for him. Dan Gilbert's the owner, cutting the checks, and he's still working for LeBron James. Don't get me started with James Harden and who he working for. Donovan Mitchell getting ready to sign a 4-year, $273 million extension, and he'll still be working for LeBron James. LeBron James goes back to Cleveland. Y'all remember the movie? What is it? Coming to America? You remember when Eddie Murphy, when his daddy, played by James Earl Jones, sat up there and said, you know, go out there, sow your wild oats, have fun. And then Eddie Murphy met who was supposed to be a future wife, and he asked her what she liked. She says, whatever you like. Whatever you like. That's everybody in Cleveland if LeBron James goes back. Everybody, whatever you like. It's the truth. So if you can go back home and you don't have to worry about being compromised in any way, you're deified, and this is the last 2 years of your career. What situation can be better than that for a dude that's entered the twilight of his